Welcome to another episode of What's My Citizenship? Actually, this is just a follow-up to one video on citizenship which I published a little while ago. So a few days ago, I left you with a scenario, and if you haven't watched it yet, the video is only 49 seconds long, so I would encourage you to watch it right here and then come back and watch the rest of this one. For those who have watched it, just a reminder that it covers a hypothetical situation involving the birth of a child somewhere over Pakistan. Now, the scenario, as I put it, probably would never happen, but at the same time, it's not completely outside of the realm of possibilities. But regardless, I promise to give my thoughts on the answer. What I would really love would be to hear your thoughts. Now, I make no claims at all to be an immigration specialist. I just find it really interesting. If you disagree with anything I say, and it's okay to disagree, please let me know. So, here we go. As some of you guessed, when the mother and child arrive in India, the child will most likely be considered a Canadian citizen because the mother is Canadian. However, just to throw a wrench into this, the mum, who is clearly a global traveler, if she was also born abroad, the baby will not be eligible for Canadian citizenship. And this is an actual real issue. You might want to watch our video all about second generation born abroad children right here. So after considering the mother's citizenship, authorities would then look at the father. And in this case, he's Dutch. So she, being the daughter, would most likely be eligible for Dutch citizenship. But Germany does grant citizenship to children of a parent who is a permanent resident of at least 8 years. So because the father has lived in Germany for 9, she might qualify for German citizenship. But of course, she wasn't born in Germany. So if there are any German citizenship experts out there, please let us know in the comments. But assuming that the father is not there at the time, which of course he's in Malaysia, they won't be able to prove either of those right then. So they might look at the registration of the aircraft. And in this case, it's a Brazilian registered aircraft. And many countries will consider the birth of the child to have occurred in the country where the aircraft is registered. It's the same rule or laws that govern ships at sea. And as it turns out, Brazil also subscribes to a policy called jus soli. It's a Latin term translated as right of soil, meaning that any child born on that soil can be granted citizenship. As the airline is registered in Brazil, it can be considered Brazilian soil. So Brazilian citizenship is a possibility. But also, authorities may look at exactly where in the air the child was born. In this case, right above Pakistan, and the airline would have most likely declared the child to have been born in Pakistani airspace. As it turns out, Pakistan also subscribes to jus soli, so she may have a claim to Pakistani citizenship. Citizenship is an interesting thing, and all it really is the ability to call yourself as belonging to the political construct of a particular country. By declaring and having proved that I'm eligible for Canadian citizenship, I am permitted to carry a Canadian passport and am allowed to return to Canada unhindered, and the government of Canada asks to all those concerned that in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, that I be allowed to pass freely without delay or hindrance, and that I be afforded assistance and protection as may be necessary. It says so right here on the first page. Of course, every country where I choose to visit will have a different interpretation of what assistance and protection might be necessary. There is a considerable difference in how freely I might be allowed to pass through depending on the country. I'm glad to have been born a Canadian, but as you can see from this admittedly somewhat unrealistic example, It can be a complex but really interesting issue, especially when it comes to declaring citizenship for children. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps us a great deal if you do comment and then hit that like button, and we would love to make more of this for you. Until next time.